Honkai Star Rail is the upcoming turn-based game made by Hoyoverse. In this video, we'll go over all the basics of combat. First of all, before a battle even begins, one can attack the enemy to initiate the first blow. Attacking with an element that is strong against the opponent's weakness will start the battle off with damage to the opponent's toughness bar, which I'll explain in a moment. Characters will also have their technique ability that they can use out of combat, which can do various things, such as enhance their next attack, slow the enemy's turns, start the battle with a shield, or even turn invisible on the overworld so enemies can't see you. Every character has 3 abilities: a basic attack, a skill, and an ultimate. Some characters will have a skill that supports the team, and some will have ones that do damage or debuff. Next to your basic attack is your number of skill points. You gain 1 upon basic attacking, and consume 1 upon using a skill. It can be important to manage these so you're always able to use your strongest skill at the right time or a well-timed heal. Every character must take their turn to attack. However, ultimates can be used at any time, even between another's turn. You can use it before or after an enemy, or use it before, after, or during an ally's turn, and even queue them up in order so you could use an ultimate that buffs the team right before one that does damage to the enemy. This allows you to use some strategy to heal or shield before a big attack, or use the ultimate for a damage push at the right moment. As you attack or are damaged, you'll build up energy to use these ultimates right next to the character's portrait. All enemies have weaknesses above their heads, which correspond to one of the 7 different elements in the game: physical, fire, ice, wind, lightning, quantum, and imaginary. The bar on the bottom is the enemy's health bar, however the bar on the top is their toughness bar. When broken, the toughness bar will do a large amount of damage and cause a different effect based on what element breaks it. An example is if broken with fire, the enemy will be afflicted with a burn for a couple of turns, or by ice, it will freeze them for a turn and waste one of their actions. After it's broken, the enemy will be in a state where you cannot do any toughness damage, and you have to wait for the next turn for it to recover back to full, which then you can then destroy again. It's very important to play using a balanced team, as some fights will become incredibly difficult or near impossible without a variety of different damage types to cover your bases. Sometimes you might actually have to leave a fight and then re-enter after swapping your teams so that you have the right elements to do the job. The top left displays the turn order. The higher you are, the closer it is to your turn. The number by the character's name represents what percentage they are away from taking the turn. This turn bar can be thought of as a race, where characters' speeds manipulate how fast they run to the finish line. Some skills can increase or reduce the turn bar and increase or decrease characters' speeds. Sometimes your speed can be so high you'll lap the enemy and take multiple turns in a row. Speed is important to be able to manipulate your team to take their turns in the best order for maximum effect, such as characters that buff damage before an ally who attacks. Allies will have their buffs displayed below their character portrait at the bottom, while enemies will have them displayed below their name when clicked on. You can also press Z to see the enemy's weaknesses, buffs, debuffs, and skills, and C to view allies. There are 7 main classifications of characters in the game: Destruction, which is general DPS, Hunt, which is single target DPS, Erudition, which is multi-target DPS, Harmony, which is an offensive support, Nihility, which is a debuffer, Preservation, which is a defensive support, and Abundance, which are healers. It's important to balance your team around having enough DPS, but being able to take a hit as well. Sometimes adding an offensive support can even be more effective than adding another DPS to the team. Likewise, it's always important to have some strong defensive options, as some of the fights can become near impossible if all you do is try and rush the enemy down with damage. That's all for now. I hope that this video helped you understand the basics of combat in Honkai Star Rail. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again.